Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha, Srimad Varavara Munaye Namaha, Srimad Lokarya Mahagurave Namaha. The second Pasuram of Tirupavai, vaiyaththu vaazhvIrgAl. Andal calls the Gopikas of Aipadi to observe the Nombu or the Vratam with her, and she refers to them as vaiyaththu vaazhvIrgAl, O those who live in this world. Her affirmation is that when the Lord himself is here in the Gokulam as Krishna, only those who got the fortune to live alongside him are truly the ones who live. When he's here in this Bhuloka, being in the Bhuloka with him is the fortune. And at that juncture, even if one is in Paramapadam, it's not good fortune. In this connection, the commentator says that this is why Hanuman refused to go to Sri Vaikunta and chose to live in this Bhuloka with the body that received the delightful hugs of Sri Rama. The chain of thought then leads to Dasaratha, who, upon separating from Rama, sheds this mortal body right away. Such was Dasaratha's love for Rama that he was unable to bear the separation of Rama going to the forest. In this context, an Aithihyam, a conversation between Sri Parasara Bhattar and his disciple Nanjiyar is shown. It is said in Sri Ramayanam that Dasaratha reached the Svargaloka, the heavenly world, after he passed away. When the war between Rama and Ravana was over, Siva shows Dasaratha who is in the Vimana, and he shows Dasaratha. He says, O Rama and Lakshmana, here's your father who attained the Svargaloka, and asks them to offer their obeisances to their father. This shows that Dasaratha attained the Svargaloka. Now Nanjiyar has a question. When Dasaratha had so much love for Sri Rama that he died when he was separated from Rama, why did he not go to Moksha? And why did he attain just the Svargaloka, the mere Svargaloka? Now, a little bit of an explanation here. We live in this world, it's called Bhuloka. There are 7 upper planets and 7 lower planets. And the Svargaloka, commonly referred as heaven in English, is only the third of those lokas. Bhuloka is where we live, and then there is Bhuvarloka, and then there is Suvarloka. And beyond that, there are 4 more lokas. And then beyond the Svargaloka are the Maharloka, the Janaloka, the Tapaloka, and then the Satyaloka. The Satyaloka is the abode of Brahma. The Svargaloka is the abode of Indra. So, all of these are within the realm of the lokas or the worlds that get destroyed during the Great Deluge, during the Pralayam. Now, Sriman Narayana's world, or his Nitya Vibhuti, the one that does not get destroyed, that's beyond the realm of all of these lokas. And once you cross the river Viraja, after that is the Paramapadam or the Sri Vaikuntam. That is the land of no return. Until then, all of these other lokas, the Bhuva, Swa, Maha, Jana, Tapa, Satya, all of those lokas are places where the Jivatma can get to one of those lokas upon shedding their life, depending upon the amount of papam and punyam they have committed, and they will keep taking birth in one of these lokas. Or it could even be one of the 7 lower planets, the Pāṭhaśālā lokas. It is only when this cycle of birth and death stops upon us receiving the grace of Sriman Narayana and going to the Paramapadam, that stage is called Moksha. That is the land of no return. Now, when Dasaratha has reached Svarga, it's considered still a lowly benefit, or he did not achieve everything that he could have by Rama's association. He did not get the Paramapadam. He only got the Svargaloka. So now Nanjiyar's question is, why did Dasaratha not go to the Paramapadam or Sri Vaikuntam, and why did he go to the mere Svarga? Now the response that's given is by Sri Parasara Bhattar. He says that, hey, Dasaratha held on to the Samanya Dharma. Dharma is virtue or the practices that we all have to live by, right? So Dasaratha's promise was that he will never speak lie, and if he gave a boon or an oath, he will uphold it. He had given 2 boons to Kaikeyi during an earlier period, and it is one of those boons that, or both of those boons that Kaikeyi was now asking for to be fulfilled. So if he did not fulfill, then he would have fallen from his samanya dharma, or his ordinary dharma of upholding his promise or the oath. It is said even by the demon Maricha that Rama is Dharma himself personified. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha is Maricha's statement. So Rama himself, he has come to this world. That is, Dharma himself, Dharma has personified and has come to this world. So Dasaratha should have ideally adhered to that dharma and should have wanted to spend time with Rama and should have refused Kaikeyi's boons. But he forgot the adherence to that Visesha dharma of Rama and chose to uphold the ordinary dharma of keeping up his promise. So now Sri Parasara Bhattar says, ideally Dasaratha should have been sent to the Naraka for that. But it is due to Sri Rama's compassion that he attained the Swargaloka instead of the Narakaloka. The next aitiham in this pasuram is on the phrase Seyyadana Seyyom, meaning we will not do what is not supposed to be done, or we will not do what our ancestors did not do. There is an aitiham connected with Kuratarvan here. Some people asked Kuratarvan why he does not pray to deities other than Sriman Narayana. Kuratarvan simply responded that his ancestors did not do it, so he also does not pray to other deities. This is given as an explanation to the phrase Seyyadana Seyyom in the second pasuram of Tirupavai. The interesting point to note here is that Kuratarvan is very much capable of using the Shastras to prove his point. When he was called upon to the Chola king's court, he established through Shastras the supremacy of Lord Sriman Narayana. Yet, in this instance, he simply says that this is the practice of his ancestors. And he shows us 2 things with that. The first is we should follow the good practices of our ancestors. And the second is it's important to pick our battles. In this case, the people that asked Kuratarvan were not in a state of mind to listen to the Shastra explanations. So Kuratarvan just chose to provide a simple reason and move on. So this shows how we have to conduct ourselves. We have to distinguish between the wise and the foolish and pick our positions accordingly. Now let's meditate upon the practices and the words of our Purvacharyas and spend the rest of our day. Alvar Emperumanar Jiyar Tiruvadigalé Sharanam.